So, as y'all see, I really don't have a lot to talk about today. Because, like, bro, I swear, I was scrolling for like 3 hours looking for like some articles. And I was only able to find 3. And if you was in the last stream, these 2 was left over from then. Because I didn't have enough energy that day. So, a lot of my energy is going to be put towards that. But first, I'm going to talk about another sad loss that we have in the gaming sphere and gaming news. The Nintendo Network has lost its final player. So I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. Basically, Nintendo Network for Wii U and 3DS, for that generation of consoles that came out in 2013, by the way, 2013. I'm saying this for you PS poor niggas. That set of consoles that came out in 2013, 10 years ago, for the Nintendo generation, for the Nintendo side of things, they're shutting down their online services. They already cut support and access for you to be able to buy games digitally. If you had purchased any games digitally on that generation of devices, that being 3DS and Wii U, if you delete them off your console, if you purchase them and you delete them off your console, there is no connect to the internet and re-download it real quick. That game is just lost to fucking time because they don't even transfer over to your Nintendo Switch version, because on Nintendo Switch they have limited games, but you got to get NSO and you get them all as like a bundle package deal. Hold on, because my armrest ain't working right. But you get them as like a bundle package deal type situation. So the more rare games that they didn't make much money off of, but it was cool that they were available because you would get to experience it, Nintendo basically they're saying fuck you on that front. If you purchased any games from that generation of gaming, like I think I can safely say that literally every video game from 2006 that was multiplayer focused is officially dead. Like all of them from that came out from 2006. Like except for like Roblox, I can't think of any other game. Like I can't think of any game released like before 2010. I'll go so far as to say that came with online functionality that still has it. Cause like I don't know, it's just crazy to see so many games over time basically get bricked and have their online modes lost to time. Cause like even if it was a situation where you could go into the online modes and play against bots or something like that to simulate what it was like, it's still not the same to have that like competitiveness of playing against other people or being able to play on a whole separate different console and still be able to play against somebody. It's one of those things that make me really like retroactively wish more games added in LAN party support so that you could still be able to, even if you had to jury rig something up to an emulator, wish you could still like LAN party it up and play online modes that way. That's just like a extra crazy thought. Yo, I was down yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know, but you might have said some fuck shit. Not gonna hold you, but like I was saying, it makes me sad to see a lot of these older online games and think back on them, because it's like, damn, there's a lot of online games from just 10 years ago that I can't even play the online for anymore. But to read on and see if there's any more information to chew on. Oh yeah, it was a 3DS network for this particular one. I think I said that earlier though. But the last player on 3DS Nintendo Network finally loses connection after months of being online alone. That's also a common thing, because I remember something similar happened with Halo when they shut the servers down. People would just not restart their console or nothing like that to try and stay online and be like Defiant and hold on to hope for as long as they can until they got that shitty ass remake. And I guess the last person standing for specifically Nintendo Network went down. Fans praise the dedication of the final player, the only one left on the closed servers. Closure of Nintendo Network marks the end of an era in online gaming, leaving some gamers upset. Yeah, because like I said, it's kind of sad when you think about it, to have spent, let's say, $60 on a game, right? You spend $60 on a game just to turn around and realize, let's say a third of that game was online. You basically wasted $20 10 years down the line, because you can't play a whole third of the game because the online is inaccessible. And don't even get me started with older games that used to have online passes. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, there's a picture of the last person running it. If I'm not mistaken, I think part of this was modded. Like this was specifically a modded 3DS, because I know for some odd reason a lot of handheld devices, actually I think it's because a lot of them are underpowered, but a lot of handheld devices are like extremely easy to mod. An error occurred. Oh no, I don't think that's modded. That might genuinely be how it looks. But yeah, man, it's fucking sad to see. It's sad to see. I don't really want to read through this article because ain't really much more to talk about. This though, on the other hand, Ubisoft having a blockchain RPG. Now look, I don't ever want gaming companies to fail. But a very, very long time ago, for a very long time, I won't say I've been praying on Ubisoft's downfall, but Ubisoft fucked me over really hard. They bent me over, slapped me on my cheeks. They ripped the packaging, they slid it on, they said, oh yeah, let me slide this off. I really want you to feel it dry. And they dropped Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate back to back, and they dropped 2 broken games. So this company fucked me over. So every time this company takes a L, I feel bad for the workers. But when it comes to the entity of Ubisoft, oh my God, I get so fucking happy. I get so hyped. I get happy. Like them fucking crash outs every time they go on a drill and they shoot something and they hit a body. That's the type of hype I get. I'll be saying here like, oh, it's another one. We got one. Like, I just be so happy every time I see it. And the reason why I'm saying that before I talk about this is if it's one thing that I noticed since 2020, like from 2020 to 2024, the number one way to tell if a company is a company or an individual to tell if they're either broke or they're running out of cash is if they start doing something that has to deal with blockchain / NRT / creating a new crypto pump and dump scheme. Since 2020, this has been the de facto sign that somebody is hard down and troubled. They're struggling for money. And here Ubisoft go, making a blockchain RPG. Now, all I know about this is there's like some cosmetic or something like that in the game that costs $63,000 in real life money. Not, oh, you gotta buy in-game coins. No, like real life, you have to pay $63,000 for this shit. What was I about to look up? Oh, Ubisoft stock price. Let's see how they doing. Let's see if they went up 2 cents or not today. Damn. It's still more expensive for me to buy one of these. It costs $3 to buy a glass bottle of Sprite. It is still more expensive to buy a gallon of gas than a Ubisoft stock. It is still more expensive to buy a glass bottle of Sprite than a fucking Ubisoft stock. And like I said, this is nothing towards the workers there. This is more towards like the corporate heads that run this shit, that force the workers to do all this fucked up shit. I'm praying on these niggas' downfall. I can't wait till they company gets struck with motherfucking lightning, boy. Let's read on though. Log in. Bitch, I am not logging in. I will skip this fucking article. Oh wait, the page didn't load right. I think. Because the page didn't load right. A single champion tactics blah 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 player has broken the game for all other users. Good, great. Break all these NFT blockchain pump and dump scheme ass games. I remember my 2View getting ass got an email from one of these goddamn NFT game makers, and I was like, ooh, $1,000. Cause like the thing that threw me off, I looked at my subscriber count. I'm like, I got a double-digit subscriber count, but this was on my OG channel, and at the time I had a double-digit subscriber count. You know, hit them buttons and all that shit. I'm looking at my subscriber count. Like I literally had my phone next to my screen, next to my computer screen, and I was looking at my subscriber count, and I was looking at the amount of views I had on my most viewed video at the time, which was like 2,000 or 3,000. And then I'm looking at the offer. They're offering me $1,000 to promote this game. Then I'm looking at my subscriber count. It was like 20 or something like that. Then I'm looking at the money amount. Then I'm looking at my subscriber count. I'm looking back and forth, and I'm like, you know what? You know what? I thank God that I have common sense, because I was like, these numbers don't match up. There's no way these niggas is offering me $1,000 to make a video playing this game, and I'ma get $1,000 out of this. Get the fuck out of here. No. So I started doing more research, and I wish I remembered the name of the game, but basically it was one of those AI NFT crypto scam ass games where they have all these predatory practices that get you addicted to the game and that make you want to play the game more and more and more. So they hire you. So what I think the scam was they hired me to play the game. They probably give me $100 or something like that, wave a little ticking time clock above my head and say, ooh, we're gonna give you 1,000. Ooh, we're gonna give you 1,000 if you do this, if you do this, if you do this. And they add a bunch of stipulations and hurdles to jump through in a fine print, and probably never offer me that 1,000, or they gate it behind something that they know is impossible for someone of my size to do. And like I said, I'm stuck on a game with a gambling addiction scratching my vein. I'm going in a back alley sucking dick, asking my parents for the amount of money that they offered to pay me just so I could uphold my addiction on this game in an internet cafe nearby. Hell no, no thank you. I was not falling for that. Point is, that's what I think this game is. I think this game is one of the second comings of that. And also that, now that I think about it, Ubisoft, last time y'all tried to implement an NFT, a non-fungible token, in one of your games, niggas didn't like it. You think because it's 2-3 years later that everybody was gonna magically forget and start liking this shit now? Well, you did that dumb shit last time, we didn't like it. What the fuck make you think we gonna like it this time? And you making a game the ground up based on that? That's how you could tell these niggas is desperate, because no part of this idea makes sense. Like, if you go into a boardroom and you explain this idea in its most basic form with facts and reality without omitting shit to try and get them to just say yes, they would never allow no shit like this. Like, this plan from the start is stupid. Anyway, the player automatically wins every battle before a match even begins, with some claiming they are matched with the mysterious user every time. Ubisoft released a free-to-play NFT-based RPG in late October. What did I say? What's another thing gaming companies always do when they have live service games that don't make no fucking money? Or what happens when they're trying really hard to make you buy microtransactions? They make the game free to play. So they have a free to play NFT game that I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say you could probably buy items and stuff in the game using Bitcoin and Bitcoins and all these other fucking crypto types. Okay, let's keep going. This should be fun. Like I said, for a long time I've been praying on Ubisoft's downfall. In late October, they quietly released the game. Yeah, they released the game without promoting it because they know people like me, gamers, would see it and tell everybody, stay the fuck away from this dirty ass game. Reason why they shadow dropped it is probably because they want it to catch people off guard. I bet you if you boot up this game, you won't even see the Ubisoft logo in the beginning. It'll just go straight to the screen, straight to the login screen or whatever the fuck, so that you don't know who's involved with it. They just want you to get into the game as fast as you can so they can get you to gambling. A free-to-play blockchain-based RPG. Oh yeah, blockchain, yeah, so of course you could buy shit with Bitcoin. Players were immediately perplexed by the game's release, as interest in NFTs has become negligible over the past few years. Oh yeah, NFTs are also a dying thing because everybody thinks the idea is stupid and there's no real practical use for the everyday person, or just real practical use for anybody other than people who drop the NFT. Has become negligible over the past few years, and Ubisoft's previous attempts to utilize non-fun NFTs in its games went poorly. Didn't I just say that? They tried to do that in Ghost Recon, I think. First off, I keep stepping to the wrong side of my frame. But they did that in Ghost Recon, I believe. Didn't work then. Gamers do not have shitty short-term memory. It's not gonna work now, gang. Them Fortnite kids, They done spent $1,000+ of mommy's money on Fortnite over the years. Them niggas is not getting off Fortnite. So you definitely, there's no way you was making it for that crowd of people. People my age, we have limited money and we aren't stupid. So once we see anything NFT, crypto, anything on a game, we're running 100 yards away. Boomers don't fall for games like this because they don't give a fuck about these types of games. They want to play Super Mario. And even if they're not getting caught by this scam, because it's not going to come across their face. The age demographic of people that would even see this game, it's not going to come across their face. So who is this for? Players were not long ago after the title's sudden drop on PC, Champions Tactics is already facing a major issue with many players claiming that it's currently impossible to play the game at all. Yep, I hope this game bricks. Now, I hope it bricks the PCs of people that can afford to get a new PC on a dime. But I hope this game bricks a lot of people's PCs so people can go, hey, it's a risk to even play this game. This game is known for bricking and fucking up people's expensive PCs. Because I promise you, don't nobody who brought a 4080 want to play a game where they got to risk bricking a PC. And don't nobody who has a low-end computer want to risk bricking their PC either. Because if they have a low-end PC, there's a good chance that they aren't technically savvy, or they are technically savvy and they're just balling on a budget, so they don't want to play a game that doesn't even look cool, that they have to risk their fucking PC on. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. According to a Xitter post made by Iwano, Champions Tactics, blah blah blah. This bullshit ass NFT game has been unplayable since November 1st due to the actions of one single player. Shout out to him for taking a plunge. This malicious user has discovered an exploit in a turn-based RPG, allowing them to automatically win every... So basically, motherfucker glitched out the game. Good shit. Make people not want to play this game. Fuck y'all, Ubisoft. Instead of these companies making amazing experiences that we want to play, they just do shit like this. That, like, the thing about this game is... Well, another thing I should say about this game is Ubisoft already has a bad reputation with gamers. Ubisoft already isn't in the best of graces with gamers. People who play games right now, they don't hear the name Ubisoft and go, yay! Whether it's because they're a racist weirdo fuck grifter, or it's because they're just somebody who enjoys good games and Ubisoft hasn't provided that in a while. Ubisoft is in no one's good graces. Who was this for? Because it wasn't for the people in the investment office who want to make money. Because, like, compared to what you would make off of just making good games back to back, giving your developers time to develop a fucking game, you're going to make $2 and a popsicle stick off this game. You're going to lose more money making this game than if you didn't make this game. Because, like I said, it's going to fuck over your already soiled reputation. This is like for those of y'all who don't understand how bad their reputation is right now, this is like you have a reputation for beating random kids over the head with a stick, and then you go outside and punch a random grandma in the face. You're not helping your case, buddy. People already don't like you because you hit random kids. Now you're hitting random grandmas. Niggas that don't like you are gonna not like you even more now. Like, what are you doing? Curiously, the user who appears as either one of those names in this bullshit ass NFT game seems to be the only person players are matched with. So this sounds like a virus. It doesn't sound like one person brought the biggest item in the game and they just discovered a glitch. It sounds like they are hackers of some kind that just don't like this game, and because Ubisoft games never have no fucking anti-cheat, it sounds like they found a cheat, they found like a exploit in the game's code, something along those lines, and they're using it to fuck up the servers. If that's the case, thank God. And if the case is they just paid a lot of money to get this, double thank God. Now y'all gonna not, now people in the user base are gonna not like none of the niggas in this fandom more than I don't like fucking Fallout fans that tell me to play New Vegas as soon as I tell them I like Fallout but I've never played New Vegas. Play Fallout New Vegas. No, play with yourself and mind your fucking business. I'm not playing New Vegas. Seems to be the only person, blah, 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 blah. The mysterious user currently sits at the top of the game's ranking with over 50,000 matches played to date. And they ain't touch a single one. I tried playing the Ubisoft NFT game. The entire game has been unplayable since Friday. Allegedly, a malicious player has found a way to win every single match before the game even begins. Also, they are somehow the only person you ever get matched against. Fuck you, Ubisoft. Players have flocked to the game's Discord server to voice their frustrations that Ubisoft ain't gonna listen to and concerns over the state of the new RPG, blah, 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 blah. On November 2nd, a moderator stated that the development team was aware of the issue and they had banned them in an effort to remedy it. But oops, what do I always say? As much as you are willing to make a working system, there is a person equally as willing to fuck your system up. And it's probably just, I say that because it's probably going to be another person with a similar name that does the exact same shit. Unfortunately, some players claim they are still being matched with the malevolent user. Wow, so they banned him and this nigga got around they probably hit him with the wrong type of ban. This bullshit ass NFT game is a fully PvP title without a campaign or PvE. Now, there's a seminar about microtransactions in games that I watched a very long time ago. And one of the important things they said in that seminar, and y'all probably have seen this, it was a TED Talk style seminar where one of the things, first off, one of the first things he said in the seminar is, I'm teaching you how monetization in these games work. And the first thing I'm gonna tell you is ethics about these methods and about doing these things. The ethics of these things, these actions, are very, very questionable. That's one of the first things he said. Number one. Number two, another one of the major things he said is whenever you have microtransactions in a video game, you want to give people a reason to want to acquire those microtransactions. Now, you may be sitting there like, what do you mean give people a reason to want to get microtransactions? Think about it like this. Would you buy microtransactions for a game you never plan to play again? Would you buy microtransactions that did nothing in the game? Like XP boosters and stuff like that are cool, but would you buy microtransactions like if there was a button in a game that you hate that you're never gonna play that said give us $5 for no apparent fucking reason? Would you hit it? The answer is no. So they have to do things that give you advantages in the game, like give you XP boosters, cut down on timers so you can make more units and build up your city. Like in the example I'm using is like Clash of Clans. Like the game has a lot of timers. That's also another thing they said. You want to make it PvP so that the point I'm trying to get to is you want to make the game PvP so that they could win against other players and feel dominance against players who don't buy into the system, which not only rewards the person who pays, it makes the person who doesn't pay either get the fuck off the game, or it makes them want to pay so that they don't have to deal with the losses anymore, and it comes down to a game of skill. But that's the thing, there will always be more microtransactions, so it will never be a game of skill. Unless your skill is getting money, just get the fuck off the game. You're never going to win anything. But that's not exactly what he said, because the idea is supposed to be that it keeps you the fuck off the game. Anyway, meaning the actions of this single player have brought the game to a standstill. So what they're saying is this game is completely mechanically on every level, just like me when I tried to play Avengers, mechanically unplayable. Ubisoft has faced tremendous difficulties over the past few months. See, even they've said it. They're facing difficulties with X-Defiant, even though the rumors of shutting down aren't so true. They dropped X-Defiant. I said from the start, X-Defiant wasn't gonna really do well. Well, that wasn't on stream, or if I did say it, it's probably hard as fuck to find. But basically, my thoughts on X-Defiant was, it doesn't pass the if it's just why don't I test. X-Defiant is supposed to be reminiscent of the old school days of Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 1 and stuff like that. If it's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare, why don't I just go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare? It doesn't pass the if it's just I might as well test. So besides the fact that there are a lot of things in the game that didn't work that allegedly they're working on, so the jury's still on that. But as of right now, there's a lot of things in the game that don't work, like hit registry, no skill-based matchmaking. So there's a lot of people getting stomped. There's a lot of fucking cheaters in the game because the anti-cheat for the game is either shit or non-existent. XDefiant has a lot of problems, so his player count is dipping really hard, really fast. Star Wars Outlaws, I'm not gonna play it because it's a long game, but looking at gameplay and stuff like that, doesn't look like the worst shit in the world. That has some things where it's like, all right, bro, what the fuck? But it's not the worst game in the world that I've ever seen in life. A lot of people don't like this fucking game and they barely sold any copies. Now, compared to any other game, did they sell a lot? Yes, they sold 1 million copies. For Ubisoft, 1 million copies is like nothing. It's nothing to them. Assassin's Creed Shadow, like I said, a bunch of people are being, a bunch of racists trying to disguise themselves and doing badly at it, might as well add, as gamers are mad that Ubisoft is woke. So they're not playing Assassin's Creed for that. Couple things they don't mention here. Earlier in the year, Ubisoft dropped a great game called The Lost Crown, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Great game. Why was that game a problem? Because Prince of Persia fans didn't ask for that. So that game fucking flopped. Shitty Booty Butt Skull and Bones. That game flopped. It was just ass. Like doesn't even make sense to explain it. Like if you look, like, all right, this how ass the game is. It's a pirate game with a boat with a stamina bar. I don't have to explain anything else. It's a pirate game with a boat with a stamina bar. A boat that you can't get out of, by the way. But that's as far as I'll get into it, because it gets way worse than that. So, yeah. Ubisoft. Y'all ain't in the gamers' good graces. And then, not only are you not in the gamers' good graces right now, right? Y'all are inarguably, wait, let me see. Y'all are not only in the gamers' bad graces right now, you're inarguably incapable, like fiscally incapable of taking an L, and you still take one. It's like, bro, y'all don't got room to take L's. Y'all failing. What are y'all doing? So not only did you drop a game that nobody can play, you dropped a game that with predatory microtransactions, NFTs at that, and Bitcoin that nobody can play. That's double bad. So not only did you drop a predatory game, you dropped a predatory game that doesn't work. And I know I repeated myself the same thing in different ways 3 times right there, but I really want y'all to understand how fucking wild this is. Like, this feels like a lucid dream to see. Like, little old me at like 10, 6 years old, however old I was, playing the first Assassin's Creed, struggling past that pot pushing mission, could not see this coming. Seeing how much fun people had on them games, seeing how much fun I had playing stuff like Black Flag, the limited amount I played, I would have never guessed that this company is the one that went broke and started taking relentless L after L. And I feel bad because, like, the bigwigs at these companies, until the company like literally collapses and shut down, like until the company literally closes its doors, they won't be affected. It's the regular ass people that spend their heart and spend their time developing these games that will suffer the most. It's not the heads of the studio. No, it's the regular niggas like you and me, the gamer, and the developers that suffer the most. Because these bigwigs, this is not Nintendo. They are not taking pay cuts to keep their developers, their employees in the office. Hell no. They rather die than take a damn pay cut. They'll do shit like cut out a whole division of the company just to up their pay. If they can't up their pay, they get mad. So, always keep in mind what I always say. Don't work harder than it takes to keep your job. Cause if it ain't something you passionate about, you gonna be feeling like you bunk your head in the wall. But yeah, I'll let them explain more in depth, but it's a character showcase from for Psylocke for Marvel Rivals. Comes out, how long till Marvel Rivals comes out? Oh, let me see. Marvel Rivals release December 6th. So in 7/14. Damn, I lost my count. So, and basically in about a month, and a little over a month, and 4 weeks or so, basically 5 weeks, we get to play Marvel Rivals. So it's cool that we seen another character. I feel like in another 2 weeks, they're probably gonna release another character somewhere in the week, and then from there, it's just waiting for the game.
Marvel Rivals. Her agile movements and powerful attack power left a deep impression on me. She's a very threatening output character to the back row. Next, please watch our recorded skill demonstration and actual combat video.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Did she literally have a teleport?
Demonstration and
or did she have a teleport, or can you go through walls? Because it feels like they jump cut that. Because she started off in one place and it ended up in another. Yeah, hell nah, that's a jump cut. Hey, whoever's the editor, that nigga good as hell at his job, boy.
And actual combat.
That was a good ass cut. You almost got me, gang.
Psylocke is a duelist class in the game, a formidable assassin type, damage dealer, adept at close.
Okay, she's mostly a projectile person. I wonder, does she use that sword on her back? Because of this fucking obnoxious ass logo, it's kind of hard to see. Cause like my biggest fear about Marvel Rivals is like from the previews and stuff that I've seen, the melee characters don't look that good. It looks like it's gonna be another case of you running around with a knife suffering while everybody else just gets to dig down and dominate you deviously. You have a couple cool moves. So I really want to see how they balance melee play in this game. And I also, it's probably not going to be hard since this game is free to play and it's going to be pretty popular. I also want to see how this game plays with and without a squad, because that's always important in games in these types. Because like you go online in games of these types without a squad, everybody just, even though there's a fucking free microphone attached to your controller that you can't fucking lose because it's attached to your controller, niggas still refuse to listen to call outs, and every once in a while hit that button and go, yup, he's on mid, he's in mid. You don't even have to do this. You can have a regular press the button, yup, 2 on mid, turn your shit off. And the few fucking people who do it are usually dumbasses that are playing on their TV cranked up to full maximum volume, and they don't mute themselves, and they just have the voice chat selected on their TV, and all you hear while you're trying to shoot and listen for footsteps is bow bow bow. Ah! Yo, can you turn your mic off? Yo, can you turn your mic off? Yo, I can hear myself. Yo, I can hear myself. Yo, who's that echoing? Yo, who's that echoing? I had to get my frustration off of that, because I've been feeling that same frustration with games of this nature since 2016 with Overwatch.
The closer she is to her opponents, especially.
And no, I won't say Overwatch 1 because there's only one Overwatch. The shit just went free to play.
Back row heroes, the greater the damage she inflicts. This design clearly encourages players to close the distance when using her. Additionally,
so she's a short range character. She basically has a pistol.
Times adding a layer of challenge for players to master her.
What did she say?
Encourages players to close it. The greater the damage she inflicts.
Did I have CC?
Clearly encourages players to close the distance when using her. Additionally, her normal attacks reduce body cooldown times, adding a layer of challenge for players to master her aiming and timing. Psylocke's abilities are crafted to complement her role. Psyblade Dash, a straightforward and aggressive sprint attack that deals damage to enemies.
Y'all see the character design. Y'all know who that move reminds you of.
An aggressive sprint.
Y'all know who that move reminds you of. If she turns invisible during that move.
Sprint attack that deals damage to enemies.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Them somber days where I get to sneak around, walk around the map for 40 fucking minutes invisible. Are them days back?
In her path. This ability also retracts her right-click shuriken, creating a potent burst of damage in a short span.
I don't know about whatever the fuck dash y'all talking about, because all I see is shoot.
Seconds, along with increased movement speed. This is invaluable for either from escaping concentrated fire or sneaking up on the enemy back row unnoticed.
Do you turn I think you turn invisible. And does it lower the cooldown timer when you do? Okay, that's a butterfly. Did she use it for the full time? No, she barely used it for a second and still got the same cooldown. Okay, so they actually balanced it. They learned from what happened with Sombra. Unlike Blizzard, Bitchizard.
That damage enemies and provide temporary health based on the number of shuriken that hit. Right-clicking again recalls the shuriken, causing additional damage. Skilled play.
Oh, so basically it's a boomerang-esque type mechanic. I don't know. I feel like her description's not doing it justice because she said something earlier about like a blade dash that I still haven't seen in this footage. Number one. Number two, like all I see is shuriken. So I don't know. This character's confusing me a bit.
Maneuver this shuriken through multiple enemies, though the temporary health boost can only be applied once per throw.
Oh, I see what they mean by temporary health boost. Like you get a little
Dance of the butterfly.
over armor basically.
Activation, Psylocke creates a wide killing zone centered around her. She automatically targets and launches powerful slashes at random enemies.
Okay, what does it look like? How long it lasts?
When one enemy is present, they suffer multiple attacks. If multiple enemies are within the zone, the damage is distributed among them. While the ultimate is
okay, so that's a pit ability.
Targets.
You funnel them and pit them.
The killing zone. This forces opponents to use all their movements abilities to escape quickly.
Sounds better to stay in if it's more of you because less damage per person. Or it sounds like a good distraction because now they have to focus fire.
Players must tactically position her close to enemy back rows. Her normal attacks and ultimate are most effective at close range, rewarding players who can
you've explained that. She basically has a pistol.
Maximum impact.
How many does she have though? That's what's confusing me.
Combat, Psylocke necessitates strategic coordination of her sprint and stealth ability to effectively navigate complex terrain and swiftly close in on the opponent's vulnerable back row heroes. Alternatively, she can utilize
I wonder what's going to be the story on this game.
left and right click abilities, along with the cooldown reduction feature of her left click to quickly diminish the health of the front row. A useful trick when sprinting is to raise the camera to achieve a double jump effect, allowing Psylocke to reach higher areas of the map.
Damn, the game ain't even out and they found exploits. Still ain't see this blade dash they talked about. Starting to think that sword is just cosmetic.
Out of dangerous positions, avoiding focused attacks. Mastering this maneuver is crucial for maximizing Psylocke's effectiveness. When Psylocke's energy is fully charged, using her ultimate move requires careful consideration. Factors such as distance,
Does she get armor?
player positioning, and the decision to either deal through damage to finish off low health enemies or exploit the invincibility of the ultimate to avoid concentrated fire all test the player's judgment. Overall,
also another question, what is the hitbox on that move? Does it attack infinitely vertically? So if somebody's like 2 feet off the ground, does it still hit them? Because I ain't see that move go up yet, and from the footage I've seen people playing in beta and whatnot, there was people flying completely above the map and not coming down. You know, the Iron Mans and the Storms. Iron Mans, the Storms, the Star Lords constantly going in the sky. So you know, it's like, how do you deal with Pharah archetype, so to speak, that's always in the sky when it comes to this ult? Is it just, well, you're fucked, you can't hit them, or does it zoom and zip up there? That's something I'm more curious about.
Accuracy, in-depth familiarity with the map, and
now why the hell is the music so low?
Using her sprint ability. Players must approach her as a ninja rather than a warrior to fully understand her position and role in battle effectively.
You don't look like a ninja. She's not getting quick kills. She's shooting.
In November, so stay tuned.
And I will be waiting for this game to drop. I wonder how many games it's gonna take for somebody to call me the N-word. We will be counting. Overall, I'm not gonna lie. IGN probably did a bad job explaining that, because this character is very confusing to me. I'm gonna keep it a bean. This character is confusing the fuck out of me. But you know what doesn't confuse the fuck out of me? This headline. I'll allow you to read it while I stand up my table.